Eric, your t-shirt selection today? Utterly terrible. I mean, can you please try to act professional and maybe your age for a change? Aren't you 42?
Screw you, Janelle.
Have you ever been in a position where you have to deliver hard feedback to someone? Well, in today's episode of Uncapped Notes, we are going to talk about the right way to deliver hard feedback without having the recipient feel attacked or defensive.
That's right, Janelle. And it all starts with setting a social contract with the listener, which we'll explain in a moment. And then maybe we can go back to that example at the very beginning about my awesome t-shirt feedback that you shared.
Okay, so let's start with explaining what is a social contract and why does setting one matter when you share hard feedback?
Okay, think of a social contract as rules or expectations for how we engage with each other.
In the case of delivering hard feedback, the purpose of a social contract is to provide permission for you to say something really direct and possibly difficult, and for the recipient to withhold reacting with ego, anger, or fear. Why does this matter?
The reason why this matters is if you deliver hard feedback to me with no prep, like you did about my t-shirt at the beginning of this episode, it will trigger a fight or flight response part of my brain. I think it's called the medulla oblongata. This is not the response that you want from your listener because it'll make them stop listening and instead prepare to fight or flee.
Instead, where we want to go is the neocortex, which is the place where logical reasoning takes place. When you ask for permission to share awkward or tough feedback, and the recipient says yes, and by the way, they always do say yes in our experience, then it's a lot less likely you will trigger a fight or flight response, and that the feedback will actually be heard and constructively discussed.
All right, cool. So now we understand this all. Let's try that t-shirt example one more time in a more constructive approach.
Okay, good idea. Here we go. Eric, I have some awkward but important feedback to share with you. Is it okay to get this off my chest? But please assume it's coming from a good place.
Okay, sure.
Thanks, Eric. I have to say that your appearance today is unprofessional. Can you look into getting some newer Hustle Fun t-shirts for Uncapped Notes episodes? I think viewers, as well as myself, will appreciate it.
Wow, Janelle, thank you for speaking your truth. I hear and receive your feedback and will try harder. All right, in reality, no one's gonna ever say that, but I know that all of this exchange sounds a bit awkward, this notion of setting that social contract, that permission, and it's supposed to be a little bit awkward, but I'm telling you, I've delivered hard feedback in this structure hundreds of times, and the responses have always been constructive.
So to sum up, when you need to deliver hard feedback to someone, try to establish a social contract of safety and ask for permission. In our experience, this will make the conversation far more constructive.
If you find this advice helpful, I encourage you to please sign up for the Founder Playbook. This is our newsletter of tactical advice for new startup founders. We'll share the URL in a moment, or you can find it in the show notes as well.
See you next time. And Eric, wear a better t-shirt next episode.